My name is Andrew Feinstein. I'm a former ANC Member of Parliament from South Africa. I served under Nelson Mandela from the time of our first democratic election in 1994, after we had been liberated from the system of apartheid. I'm also Jewish. I'm the son of a Holocaust survivor. My mother survived the war in occupied Vienna itself. And I was speaking here today about why it is that South Africa have taken Israel to the International Court of Justice. Because I think it's particularly symbolic that it is South Africa, because South Africa knows what apartheid is. We had apartheid in our country for 350 years. And my former boss, Nelson Mandela, and my friend and political mentor, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, both described Israel as an apartheid state, and they knew better than anyone I've ever met what an apartheid state is. And they were very critical of apartheid apartheid Israel, because apartheid Israel was a very close ally of apartheid South Africa. They helped each other become nuclear powers, to develop nuclear weapons. And Archbishop Tutu, when he was asked when he won the Nobel Peace Prize why he is so critical of Israel, he said, I am critical of a country that was complicit with my oppressor, who helped my oppressor oppress me for many, many years. So I think it's incredibly important that South Africa has brought this case to the International Court of Justice, describing what is happening in Gaza as a genocide of the Palestinian people. And it's absolutely clear from the South African document, which is an extraordinary legal document, that this is a genocide, both in terms of the conduct of the Israeli operation in Gaza and because of the intent that has been voiced by Israeli politicians to remove all Palestinians from Gaza and for Israel to effectively take over Gaza completely. A population, in South Africa it was the black African population, in Israel, Palestine it is the Palestinian population, are not treated equally under the law. Even Palestinian citizens of Israel have lesser rights than Jewish citizens of Israel. So they're being discriminated against simply on the basis of their race, ethnicity, or religion. The second thing is that what apartheid South Africa did is they tried to break the black African population into what they called little homelands or Bantustans, little territories that were not connected to each other, in much the same way as Israel in its occupation of the occupied territories has inserted Israeli settlements and separated bits of Gaza, the West Bank, Hebron, Ramallah from each other, so that there is no possible two-state solution, is very similar to the apartheid system of Bantustans. And then most importantly, both Israel and South Africa have used brutal military force to oppress those populations that they see as somehow inferior to themselves, which is a system of racism. So by all of those similarities, Israel is an apartheid system according to the Rome Statute of International Law. The most important difference, though, is that apartheid South Africa was very dependent on the black African community for its economy as a workforce, whereas Israel isn't very reliant on Palestinians for its economy. And that is one of the reasons why Israel has killed tens of thousands of Palestinians, innocent Palestinian civilians, in this way. They don't want them, they don't need them. And that has made Israeli apartheid far more brutal than anything we saw or experienced in South Africa.